One, September 10th. Call the meeting to order of the city of Southford, Board of Aldermen. Welcome, everybody. Norman, have you looked over the November 26th minutes? Yes. Paul is not here, so I'll second. All in favor, aye. Aye. Motion carries to approve the November 26th, 2025 minutes. Public comments, we have anybody here from the public. Okay, we're going that portion of our meeting. Adjustment. One adjustment.
Yep.
I mean.
Is that software not working or what?
Oh my God. Well, I think it's actually, I think we need to give credit to the girls in the office, because man, they are monitoring that thing.
Thank you,
Oh, my
ladies.
goodness, you guys are doing a fantastic job. Yeah, Marvin makes a motion to approve the adjustment. I'll second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries to approve the adjustments. Doesn't look like we have any old business, so I'll just go around the room just to make sure. Todd, you have anything? Okay. Office, nothing. Mayor, no old business.
Well, if you want to talk about 120 water, or is that, what are we going to talk about them
Oh, okay.
now or new or later or what?
We can, yeah, let's just go ahead. Let's just put, because that is old business, so.
That's what I thought too. So basically I put it upon myself to try to reach out to these folks. Tough to do. I mean, so I've called and they finally called me back. And I do have two different numbers to call. And in talking to the person that I needed to talk to, apparently they told me that basically the state of Indiana is still paying for this. But when you get a charge like what we had here, they said that that was extra. So in other words, that the city has asked for extra.
No, that's absolutely false.
Okay. So I mean, again, this is what, but I needed to get to the right person. I still don't have the right person, but I have a couple phone numbers here that and they mentioned you. So,
You,
Miss Ritchie. And, and some of this was, if you want different services. So,
Extra
Yeah,
goes to me
Mayor,
since we did the
what
work.
you
in
were
the
saying
plan.
about we asked for additional services, that what, like when we did the mailers here. Had they done the mailers, they were gonna charge us extra for that. We have never asked for any mailers.
well, and again, that's where we need to get to the right people. I did have another number here, so I got two numbers now. And so just to make sure that we want any charges taken off of our account.
Yeah.
So
but-
for certain.
What they're billing us for is just their basic. But I did talk to Will this afternoon and finally got him to send me a copy of the original contract. That's what he sent me. It
He's,
doesn't say anywhere in there about auto renewal. And that is what he sent me. That is what he sent me, saying that is the original contract.
and this is the managed service the state pays, the 5,000, but they're trying to charge us now for a PWS Pro. And that adds to that. So anyways, we want to make sure that they know that we don't want the pro performance. Apparently.
Well, he's telling me that the Pro edition,
Yep.
that is you've got the Pro and then there's a package above that. He's saying that's the bottom tier package, what he's telling me. But what I've been trying to get out of them is what services can they provide us? I don't mind paying for the service if they can provide a service that we are not capable of doing ourselves. We're doing all the legwork and identifying all these service lines. They're inputting everything into the portal. The only thing he told me he could do is he can alphabetize the spreadsheet so that we don't have to hop all over town. We can go down the street. And he said that rather than like when the girls do it, they're entering one address at a time into the portal, they can do one big dump. And I asked him, is that worth $12,000? And he agreed, but it's not. And I keep asking for what service can they can't. There's nothing they can provide us.
So did they give you that? I mean, did it all come instead of just one at a time? Did they just give us a big dump like you said that have we already received that?
No, they have not done that yet.
Okay.
And from what I understand, Josh had looked at that contract, and I don't know, we'd have to go back in a minute. But Josh had looked at that and I say, Todd, what he looked at, Todd, correct me if I'm wrong, that was for future though. Excuse me, not for services already rendered.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct. There it is.
and so now all of a sudden we have this automatic renewal, but I don't know if Josh even remembers, it's been a while back, but I don't remember seeing anything about auto renewal. Now, it may be in the fine print and I just didn't see it, but I think when you looked it over, Josh, you made the comment that this is for future services.
What Jan received was, it had no type of automatic renewal. So, but because the federal government's asking for this and the state is saying, okay, we're going to help you. And, but you know, it's a basic thing. So I think anything else, such as maybe some dumps like that, they may be charging something. So I need to get more clarity with that.
But what he had told Todd, I just want to be clear. He told Todd, we can offer you that. They're not giving it to us now.
We can offer it to you.
We can offer that. You know, Todd's just trying to come up with, hey, what are we getting for $12,000?
Right.
And, you know, this guy's just, and it sounds like to me, this is my opinion, that he's trying to come up with something to justify that $12,000 and cannot do it.
That's what I say, the only thing you come up with is we can alphabetize the spreadsheet and we can
And the
do
key,
it one time.
yeah, and the key word is can, not you have, you know, they haven't done it.
I have found on my end at least, and maybe that's not with everybody, but I've had a difficult time getting people. Now, once I did get a hold of them, they did call me back. Okay, and so, but I've had a hard time. So,
So is there anything that you need done or we have to restart?
basically, no, I think from my understanding is what I was told that the state takes care of the $5,000, $5,300, whatever it was. And that should we desire more services, then we do have to pay for them. So how is that coming on your end, Todd? I mean, have you seen very many? I mean, have you turned in 100 or 50 or 200 or how many have you turned in?
Oh, we got,
You asked me to let you know before we printed those lists, but I kind of sent it to Stacy in the meantime. We started with, I think, 1,760 before you and I went through the ones that you guys have verified. And I think our mailing list is somewhere around 1,300. So we got about 400 off of that list of ones that they had gone out and manually verified. But again, this is a list that we created in our spreadsheet. Like it had nothing to do with their portal or anything they had done because like we're doing all of the work.
My question is basically, how many have you found that have had lead in the lines?
Oh, ones that we found that had lead, we removed about 400. You found 3? Is that what you're about to say?
we got 3 left.
Lead and a handful of galvanized.
Yeah, I think the galvanized probably about 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 lead and 80 galvanized. So in the 80 lead, is that a certain area in the city?
They did the northeast corner and the far southeast corner, like the 1st, 2nd Street, Madison.
Okay,
Though that's where they started at verifying, and that's where we were able to remove a lot, and then they identified those.
So basically housing after a certain time period, if we've had new subdivisions, we don't even have to worry about those, right?
Oh, no, anything after 1988, you see, that's the first thing one going.
That's the first problem, yeah.
Eliminate all those.
They were supposed to go through the tax record, any home built 88 or after is already exempt. So, yeah, we take, my subdivision, Spindlewick, I think is all gonna be, Spindlewick,
Mhm.
Auburn Heights, all these subdivisions, Spalding Square, they're all exempt.
So then with the remaining populace, are we halfway there, you think?
Oh, what?
Are we halfway through as far as identifying?
Yeah, she said we're down to about 1,500 out of 30.
Okay, wow.
Mhm.
So that's good. So we got 2/3 of it basically completed. Okay, good deal.
Still got a ways to go, but yeah.
What is the deadline?
It's sometime in 2027.
Okay. So that's great. That's great.
We
Well,
got time, but I don't wanna.
yeah.
Wait all that. No.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, bud.
Appreciate it. Yes. Anybody else, any old business, Jan? Everybody good?
I do have one more.
Oh,
What's the situation on the property next to the plant? The Bryce Baker property? The Jack Owens property?
Oh, no, it's not ready to be talked about public.
So,
Same status as last time we discussed. A 2026 issue.
okay, good deal.
okay, so that's.
Good deal, Lucille.
That's your second old business, you don't get.
No more. I just want to use them both.
Gotcha. All right, new business, contract with Quickly and Simple.
Is that a notice to proceed, or do you have a plan for you?
Here's the thing. I've got a guy coming here right now. This is Mark Sullivan, and he was told 4:30. So he's en route here right now from Indianapolis. I'm
Okay.
expecting him anytime.
Okay,
He's-
let's
he's-
just, we'll move on and come back.
Yeah, he's got things for us to sign because Temple Saul signed it. So it's out to the city to go forward and sign
Okay,
that.
so do you need the board to sign anything?
I think so.
Okay, but Mark is gonna have that.
Mark is coming with that.
Perfect,
Right,
okay.
right.
We'll just come back to that. Let's move to the rental house. Here's that we need.
Is it vacant now?
It is.
When was it vacated?
Week or two ago.
Talk to you, to see if either one of you have authorized this.
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
You're not having the furnace.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, they have no heat, so.
okay, yeah, I didn't know about it, and Bobby didn't know about it, and they usually call Bobby. I
What happened?
Furnace kit. Needed a part.
Oh,
so it's all good.
so, did John repair it before he left?
Henry, yes.
Or Henry did?
Way before. he
Yeah,
left,
yeah, okay. Wait for it. Okay, there you go. That's good.
Yeah.
Ironic, isn't it? A furnace guy and a furnace goes bad. What a deal.
Our next problem with the rental house is we do have some mold in there.
Where at?
When you go down into the basement where the furnace is at, back on that, what wall would that be? It's north wall?
Does somebody want this? Do you want this? Do you want it?
yeah.
Here, this is the bid and there's the picture.
What are we talking?
That's for the mold removal.
Mhm.
Oh, mold removal? We just can't do it with, You just cannot do it with bleach water?
Sure,
Yeah, Bobby,
I haven't seen it, Mayor, I'm sorry.
Bobby and I talked about it. I mean, there's mold down there.
If you got mold, typically that's going to be coming from humidity. And so we need to probably put a dehumidifier down there.
I think we've already done it.
Well, yeah.
You have a dehumidifier down there now? I've never seen one down there yet.
Well, but we've got to get rid of the mold. You know, if you had a dehumidifier in there before we had mold, hell, but
Right.
so this gentleman is proposing.
Copy of that quote?
No, it's like 19 pages, on my printed one.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I'd like to see that, Mayor. and we can-
Yeah, I get it. See about here.
He's proposing shaving the walls down, repainting them, blocking off the window down there, which that's a big problem.
$11,000. Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Maybe you and I need to go look at it.
always on, further away any area, like, so they came up with,
Okay. I'll get with you, Mayor, and you like that. I'll have to take a look at it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hey, let's stay in the rental house here. We've got the mold quotes, the mayor and I go out. And you want me to speak this? or you
Yeah.
want Ann?
You just hang on.
Okay.
That's right.
Take this out and look at everything while we're there. Move out inspection, did you go over?
yeah, it's,
Everything? Okay.
Are we returning the deposit then?
Yeah, he's saying it's in good shape. Marvin, I'll need a motion to, refund the security.
So moved.
Marvin makes a motion, I'll second, on favor.
Aye.
Aye.
This,
Motion carried to refund.
Warren will, yeah, take out a claim and Esther will take care of that.
Todd, do you have to do anything there? You have to paint, do you have to do anything there at all? It's all ready to go. Okay, outside the mold. You discovered the mold. When the furnace went bad?
Henry discovered it when the furnace went bad. And he contacted me and I called Todd. So,
Had you originally used dehumidifiers there, then you didn't have one and it just got the mold? Is that what happened?
There was one there at one time. I don't think there's one there now.
Right. No, I've been down there when it was empty and.
we might. Down there. We'll have to. Next tenant, so we'll know how empty it is. Is there a drain down there? Or will we have to say that?
If not, we'll have to put a,
It'll have to be emptied out, so
Yeah.
let's tell him we'll need to educate the next. tenants on. How to use it.
they put a pit in and then put it with a pump. Because they won't go down
There
there.
may be a drain down there.
Okay.
I don't know. You and I'll go. look
Yeah,
at it.
we'll look at it.
But again, though, whoever rents it needs to be aware that.
Absolutely.
Down there.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have anything?
Let's see where Mark's at.
Office. That's what we're gonna have. So will you just mail Henry this deposit? Yeah. All right. yeah, position. What do you got? Going on there, Todd?
Well, I have to, there was some unfortunate news this year. We had one of our plant operators pass away. And then actually,
Stevenson,
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
like something else, I had to make one. But the manager in the first thing I told him, yeah, he had some health issues. Yeah, it's still happening.
Just saw it.
I'm sorry, man, so
Unfortunately,
David Stevenson, David.
post for plan. Like the plan.
He's in gentlemen, Mr. Soul.
welcome. Oh, Mark, so I figured,
I'm gonna have for Mark to sit right here, buddy.
get through, if it's okay, maybe we got one more
Sure.
item, on the new business and we'll turn it over to Mark.
I've got one thing too, probably, because Todd, we just got this.
Oh, okay.
You didn't get that on the agenda, did you? What we need signed for Mr. Kleinpeter. Okay, so we have something also.
Go
Okay, we just received this at 3:50 something, and Mike Kleinpeter called Todd to explain it. It has been reviewed by, our attorney, and he had no problem with it. It's an agreement entered in. This is for our water. It's an environmental review that needs to be done to include where Todd was hoping to utilize all those funds. Correct me if I'm wrong, Todd, but this is what authorizes them to do that environmental review. And the fee on that is $4,500. And this is with Kleinpeter, our consultant.
Okay, so is that something we can use out of grant money or do we take that out of operating?
I would say it will be reimbursable, but I'll check on that, but we will pay. I'm not sure. There's one of those that isn't reimbursable. I know there was like, oh, the income study is not reimbursable. Is that
Could be wrong, but I think he did that.
environmental is? Okay. So I would just like for this board to give the mayor the authority to go ahead and sign this, and we'll get this back to Mr. Kleinpeter,
You need that in form of a motion.
please.
Make the motion a year in there. I'll second, all in favor. Motion carries. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Jan.
Thank you, Todd. I couldn't have seen it.
All right, our last item before we turn it over to Mark, do we have a preference sale?
Yeah, I'd like to, ask the guy to make a motion, want to sell one of the older trucks. We got our two new trucks, we got 2007 3500 that, the parks department and I have agreed that we'd like to purchase that truck from it. And always try to, when we work in department, we always try to help each other out, so want you guys to approve asking you $1,500 for the truck to sell the parts today.
Bill, 2007, put up 15 minutes to the parks department. All right. I'll second that motion. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries.
I want to thank you for that too, because our parks have been blossoming, no pun intended there. But it's a 3,500 with mechanicals on the back and a lot of carrying ability and places to put your tools and all kinds of things. It's a 1 ton, so you got the ability to pull boats and whatnot like that. And it's 4-wheel drive as well. So thank you very much on that.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, always glad to be able to.
Yep. And then the parks has a 1,500, a little older, and then that's going to go over to that will end up going over at some point to the stormwater, which is a new I guess utility you would call it. I don't know what else to call it. But,
It's not a utility
By the-
yet, because we haven't got fees on
Yeah.
it till 27.
yeah,
It's just, it's in the general.
it's a
fund.
state mandate right now for us to get this going. So that's what we're doing. So, yeah. So we have one employee right now and she, yeah, she's done a good job. So,
Good.
so,
All right,
so thank you for that.
glad we could help.
Yes.
All right. Mark, we'll go ahead and turn things over to you. and
Yes, good afternoon.
Welcome.
I'm here today to talk about awarding and giving the mayor authorization to sign a contract on the water project down off of between Lovers Lane and Fairgrounds, and then also on Walnut Street.
On Walnut, just for anyone that's listening, that runs from project, where does that run?
31 to railroad.
To the railroad, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We took bids. Temple and Temple was the low bidder of $783,210. I would recommend accepting that bid, and if you so desire, then authorize the mayor to sign contracts, and we'll get them underway, or at least under contract. It's not the perfect time of year to be starting water, but we'll deal with the weather as we can. Temple and Temple's very upbeat. They think it'll be a good wintertime project, especially since they're pretty local here. So anyway, that's it. I'll answer any questions if you have about it, but
I think we went over in several of our meetings.
yes,
I
yeah.
believe everybody knows, Temple's always done a great job, for the city of Scottsburg and for. Marvin, we'll need a motion to, how do we need that to read?
I would just make a motion to make award of the water project to Temple and Temple in the amount of $783,210, and authorize the mayor to sign the contract. And I think typically we have Jan attest, if that's okay. And that'll get us off and running.
I'll make the motion. Give $783,000. Give the mayor the authority.
I'll
Yep.
second that, all in favor? Aye, motion carried. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
I brought I bought 3 copies for signature, and I'll distribute one to Temple and Temple, and one will be for the city, and we'll go from there. And I can make extra copies. I brought 3 originals, but if we need multiple copies, I can scan and send those to whoever. Typically, Mike Kleinpeter likes to get a copy also, so I'll share with him.
Do you need anything?
I'm thankful for Mark, because he's the guy that brought Mike Kleinpeter here, and the Lord has just blessed. I mean, this is, I think, the third grant we've gotten. So this is really great.
Thank you. very much.
Mike's good.
Yes,
We work with administrators all around the state, and he's tops.
yes, yes.
You need anything, Jan?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's it. I'm good.
Anyone have any announcements? Mayor?
Santa is to arrive from the North Pole on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. here at the event center. He's tried to get away a little earlier, but couldn't make it until Saturday. So there's all the little kids inside of us. So, hey, everybody show up.
Yeah, all right.
9 o'clock. He's only here for an hour and a half.
Okay.
So,
All right, so is he gonna tell us whether been, naughty or not?
Well, I asked about that ahead of time. He said, now, you know, I can't tell you that. I said, what about Dave? He said, well, that may be a tough one.
They may get a chunk of coal in the side. All right, well, thank you, Mayor. Anything else?
You know, we are acclimating now to a new city hall here, and on the west side of the city, we're acclimating pretty well. We're now getting some pictures hung on the wall, you know, so yeah, we want it to be a win-win for everybody, you know, so I feel that's what we've done. It's been a win for the county, it's been a win for the city, it's been a win for the residents. So, you know, so.
Thank you. So, office, we have any announcements? Well, I'm doing. Office?
I just want to let everybody know, appreciate the girls working so hard to get all these mailers out there. For the cross connection, back work together. That's all the vacancy we did. They're in the process of getting ready to send out the lead service line inventory that is, so. That's where you're up with that.
And Todd, let's just go over that because I'm getting calls on that as well. So I think we did discuss this earlier in our Board of Works, but it's just for corporations. It's not for residential housing. Is that correct? Okay.
You talking about the cross connection?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when they sent the letters out, we tried to decipher who should get them and who shouldn't. And I think it was just easier just to send out the mass mailer and, let the people call in. Because a lot of people are not affected by it, that are businesses.
Okay.
But it's just easier to send it to everybody and then deal with it.
Everybody who has a business or corporation, but not for residential.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many is that? 100? Less? More than 100?
Yeah, but I don't remember. This time, the cross connection letters, the ones that we had to the labels for. I can get you that.
I'm just
It was more than 100 because the list, it could apply to multi-unit housing, commercial buildings. So once it said commercial buildings, I sent it out to everyone that was not on a residential line.
Okay.
And tried to cut out any duplicates in case you owned multiple of those that fell under that category. And we worded the letter to say that if you had any properties that fell under that,
I got you.
then it would apply to those properties. That way it would cut down on how many we sent out, but we sent them out to anybody that was not residential.
See where the gray area is, like funeral home, for example, funeral homes on the list.
Should be.
Need to have a backflow preventative.
Yeah.
If they embalm.
If they
So we don't know who does, who doesn't, and so send them a letter.
Yeah.
Churches. The church is on that list. If they have a baptismal that is permanent and fills from the bottom,
got you.
they have to have a backflow preventative. If they have a temporary baptismal or don't have one, so, you can't take the time to reach out to each individual and say, hey, you have this, you have that, just send them a letter and then.
But those things are good to know and be able for us to be able to put that out because we're getting calls. So
I am good.
yeah.
It's kind of easier. to
And
handle.
the reason you're getting, because I'm sending them to you. So,
What'd you do, Todd? Not put your phone number on the letter? Like, so he'd
No,
get
I
it?
made sure to change the city hall number to his number. Don't worry. I think about it. I'm like, I can send the letters out, but I don't know anything about this.
I want to ask Mark as well about our modeling, and we talked about this just a little bit ago. So, but it does pertain totally to water. So can you tell us about where we're at in the modeling position?
It's about wrapped up, and Todd, you helped me greatly when we located that GIS stuff and you got our people hooked up with the GIS people here. And we were able, so the tricky part of modeling is trying to put the existing system into the computer, where all your lines are, the line sizes, everything. And it turned out it was in pretty good shape on the GIS system, and one computer dumping data into the other allowed us to get off and running. Now, there may be some sizes that are off a little, but we've got the baseline now to where we can look at it, and if Todd says, oh, wait, that's not a 6-inch, that's an 8-inch, and we can change it. The nice thing about a model is a water system is very complex. Back in the old days when I went to school, they taught us how to calculate pressures longhand, but that's a tedious task because there's so many variables in a water system, and based on demand and the directions it can flow, multiple directions. Now they have computer software that once you get all the data entered, it will tell you and predict what your pressures are anywhere in the system. It will tell you if there's a bottleneck in the system, a specific segment that needs to be upsized. It just gives you a wealth of resources to analyze your water system, especially if you're getting new industry or new development. It'll tell us, because as you add people on, it'll put additional demands on the system. So that model is almost built. I would say by the end of the year, we should be in pretty good shape with it.
First off, let me make sure. Does everybody know what modeling is? What it's for? Let's go ahead and explain.
Well, and that's kind of what I was saying is it's a computer model or a simulation that predicts what the pressure is anywhere in the system based on your existing line sizes. So if someone would call in and say they have low water pressure, we can see if it's actually a system problem or maybe just an individual problem. They could have problems with their own existing, service lines coming in. But it'll allow us to, again, if you would get a low pressure complaint, we could go to the model and say, well, they're right. This line segment appears to be undersized, and it helps you prioritize if you wanted to upgrade or fix the system. Probably more importantly, where people use it's if you have development, industry, a new subdivision come to town, it allows you to see what impact that'll have on your system, and to serve them with the proper pressure and the proper volume of water. So it's a nice tool to have in your chest. Now, the one thing that we'll need to talk about, there is software that goes along with this, and some communities opt to get the software to be able to run it themselves. Others just hang on to the data, and if you engage another engineer, God forbid, but that's a joke, Mayor. No, this data belongs to the city, and you can pass it along to whoever you want to pass it along to as a tool to analyze your water system top to bottom.
But let's talk about the software for just a minute, because typically is that updated every year?
No, the software itself isn't updated. I can't tell you what version, but every 5-10 years they might tweak it. But the old version, it would be similar to having Word or Excel. I mean, your old Excels work for some time, but they constantly come out with updated software. But all in all, the key is to have the data entered into the model.
Right.
Then you're off and running.
But we also have new subdivisions going in. We've got, the Bud and Lindsay property. We've got Moonglow 3. We've got Moonglow 3 has already been put in. So I don't know whether he's been able to map that one in or not, but we still have 326 new homes going in out there. So that hasn't even gone in yet, so.
It probably isn't in the system. What we've entered in would be existing stuff only. Now, if that's built and been added into the GIS, then it would have went in.
And I guess that's part of my questioning is basically, should we continue on with this? Get it and updating it every year?
Well, I think you update it from time to time when you have a major change to the
Right,
system.
and that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
With putting on these houses.
I mean, that would be a major change and something like what we're doing with Walnut Street and down on South 31. Those new line sizes could be put in. And to be honest, I think they all already are added in, but say the model was complete and you do an upgrade, in 10 or 15 minutes, that's can be added into the model. It's once your model's built, it's a pretty easy task to do.
Once you found some with a low pressure, do you literally come out here and take it apart and test it yourself
You mean in the
in
system?
the system?
Typically, what you would do is go put a pressure gauge on a hydrant
Yeah.
throughout
Right,
town,
right.
just to calibrate and verify the model.
So you've done that?
No, that hasn't been done. That's done after the model's complete
I see.
and just as a
I got you.
verification.
Okay.
So,
So that'll happen as well?
yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. Did we flush do we flush our hydrants every year?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a spring, fall type thing?
Spring.
Spring, okay. How many hydrants do you have?
Public hydrants, we have roughly about 400.
400, okay.
I was gonna say too many when it comes time to pay the bill. Yeah,
He likes it though.
I know. So financials.
It does, it does. So what questions do you have about this? Yeah, so that came about by the Gen Pack issue. And so we felt it would be very beneficial for the city to have that.
You know, the other nice thing about this, typically if a city would undertake, we would do a separate contract, and depending on the complexity and the size, you know, building a model can run anywhere from 15,000 to 25 or 30,000. We were able to absorb this cost within the Walnut Street 31 project because we wanted to also be able to verify and check that sizing was correct and what we were doing. So as part of the grant that you got, we were able to kind of do this as a bonus benefit to the project.
Yeah, when we found out about that, we had that and I'd asked Mark about it. He says, well, I'll go ahead and put it in there for you. So that's great. So thank you. Thank you. So,
But yeah, thanks, Todd. Todd's been a huge help in getting that. And when we put the permits together, all your legwork, that's all much appreciated. So, but we have all the permits are ready to go. The NDOT permit, everything's all square. So, and after the meeting with you and Jan, we are looking to maybe set a pre-construction meeting. So I thought I'd check your schedules, and if you've got some time next week, we may do it next week. Otherwise, Temple and Temple said they wouldn't be coming on site till after the first of the year, so we could even do it the first week of whatever your preference is.
thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody good? Mr. Chairman, make the motion, we
Yeah.
adjourn. Thank you, Marvin.
Yeah. Thank you. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yes, absolutely. Merry Christmas to you.
There, so that's what you need there.
Well, that's handy.
And yeah, she's,
Because
did you have the copy of it? Yeah,
I sent down a copy earlier, but
okay.
what I'll do, so I've taken and prepared these books, Jan. These are kind of handy. I put the notice of award, the agreement,
Hang on.
performance bond, the payment
This is still
bond.
got